Greetings.
Hello,
Yay.
everybody.
Hello.
I
Hi.
cannot believe we are finally back together. Seems like it's been like forever, doesn't it?
Oh
It's
yeah,
been.
definitely.
Exactly.
It's been too long.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has, and it's been I think only about a month and a half, really. Maybe two. It depends. I'm totally like lost in the
Time blend,
and
right? Time
time
blindness.
right now. But welcome to our audience. Thank you for joining us. We are the Mindful Gaming Crew, hosted by Vault 127, Robert Avis Therapeutics, Void Stars Art, and Robert, which is Telthazar's Gaming. So thank you for our crew every month and taking the time to discuss some games, whether that's video games, tabletop games, even just, even sports games. Not that I'm really into sports games, but okay, sports games
Or the game of life
and the
itself.
game of life itself. And we kind of intertwine it with some work-life balance and life skills and mental health. So we all have had a break, if you may say, online, right? We didn't get to do our stream last month, and I think we had a little delay on the month before, month prior to that. But it's been busy. I think all of
yeah,
us
for
have
sure.
just been really busy. Yeah, and I think our audience has probably been busy too, because I've noticed I get statistics a lot, and I've noticed that the internet, is this even a thing, right? The internet has slowed down. Are
Wow.
we like, have we really, like a lot of people, have we really taken a little bit of time
I
off,
think there's just so much
offline?
going on in the world right now and so much going on in people's personal lives that, they're focusing more on they're focusing more on themselves and the things that are going on right now and how to address
Really?
that.
Yeah.
But of course, there's still going to be people out there who are, a little more attached to their tech and like social media and stuff. So it's,
Right.
it's the world we're living in right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. But it's a good thing, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't you guys think?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Staying
It-
connected within moderation is definitely a good thing.
it's been proven to be good for your mental health. You
Right.
know, to take breaks, to step away, to just say, no, I'm not going to check whatever social media or, whatever group text that I'm in or something like that. It's become evident that we need breaks from it. We can't be on it 24/7.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Though
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
also
to admit, I miss all of you when I'm not.
Oh, stop. You flatter me.
you know what I also think in a way it's like our lives are so intertwined with social media, and if someone sees you like on Facebook or whatever, they can see that you're there. And whether it's people from work or wherever, then they start texting you. So I think people have just been kind of taking a break and like thinking like putting some of those work groups on archive just to not see anything from anyone at work, just take a bit
Right.
of a break, because sometimes you do need that too, otherwise you start the new year and you go in tired.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been starting I can't even imagine starting the new year.
Oh,
We're already at the end of 2025. I don't know, maybe it's me, but I was just getting used to writing 2025. Now I'm like 2026.
I don't know. My brain's
Yeah.
still lagging. I'm all the way back in 2016 right now.
She's still in COVID lockdown.
Oh my goodness.
I'm pre-COVID lockdown, guys. I'm pre-COVID.
The good old days.
Right. So before we really get into the discussions of what we want to talk about today, I want to throw out that we are streaming on behalf of Fallout for Hope and Fallout for Hope St. Jude's charity initiative. We do have a goal. Several of our streamers out there for Fallout are wonderful streamers, and they are taking donations to to give to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for kids with cancer. Even $5, if you donate $5, that can help give a party for a kid who has stopped chemotherapy, and it's the end of their chemotherapy. They have a great celebration, and for a great reason. And $5 can really help, give a family that celebration in the hospital before they leave. So honestly, just a $5 donation can really help. If you want to donate, it would be highly appreciated. Head on over to vault127.com and then click on the St. Jude's Charity Initiative for Fallout for Hope. Very simple. And you can make it anonymous if you want, or you can go ahead and leave your name. And so while you're there, if you want, please subscribe to our stream. So you'll be able to subscribe, and you could win a tote bag, a military recycled tote bag worth $100. So every month, choose one special winner who is subscribed to our updates, and when our next events and our next podcast will be going on. So please be sure to head on over to vault127.com and click on that subscribe and mindful gaming button. We love doing what we do, and we have lots of great discussion today. So I am going to really kind of leave it to the floor. We're going to kind of open it up, and we're going to talk about what we enjoyed this year, maybe what we didn't really enjoy, and the games we kind of went to that, or the entertainment that brought us in closer to either get through a chaotic time this year, or something that was very happy, or things that you might want to share. So who wants to start first?
Oh boy. None of us?
Anything goes. Anything
Okay.
goes.
I'll go.
I mean, I guess I could.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dee.
I started a new job, a second job,
Congrats.
and it was a lot of stress. So I started like really leaning into my comfort shows. I'm a huge Mandalorian fan. So I really started leaning into my Mandalorian, Ahsoka, the Star Wars shows. I watched Obi-Wan.
Wow.
I did a bunch of that when I first started, because I was like trying to balance the stress of a new job, lots of clients coming in, lots of new paperwork that I had to learn how to do, things like that.
Right.
Which you don't think is going to be stressful until you're in there and you're learning it as you go. So it's like a trial by fire.
Yeah.
And then I got this game a couple of years ago through a Kickstarter, but never started it. And then I just recently started a game called Stray Gods.
Uh-huh.
And it is a musical role-playing game.
Ooh.
Video.
Sounds
It's a
interesting.
video game, but it's a musical role-playing game. And I've only gotten through like the first chapter.
Wow.
Because I have to like download it to a different computer, because my computer decided that its battery is going to die.
No.
It always
So
happens.
I have to download it to a different computer to keep going.
Right.
But it was nice to just sit there like late at night when I was not able to sleep because of all the thoughts running through my head.
Yeah.
And it's a calm game. It's visually interesting. It's, the storytelling is really, really good, and it's got an awesome soundtrack. Just
Wow.
It's my
amazing
favorite. I love a good
soundtrack.
soundtrack.
Yeah. That's probably
And
something Robert can appreciate too.
So, and it's a really good one. It's called Stray Gods, and they it's available on Steam.
Oh, nice.
So if people want to go look it up, I highly recommend it. It's a nice low key game.
Very nice.
You know, it doesn't require you to have a controller. It doesn't require you to have, um, thankfully, doesn't require you to have hand-eye coordination.
Oh, that's me. Oh, that's me.
But the other thing I did is I started leaning into playing games with my family.
Oh,
Like,
good.
you know, really, you know, sitting down with the kids and playing some Animal Crossing.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
You know,
You
and
did.
that sort of thing. So, you know,
She got
just,
the Animal
just
Crossing.
they love Animal Crossing. It's one of
Yeah.
those things they want to share it with me. So
Mhm.
I am like sitting there collecting things and planting things and going and turning in fossils and all these things that you do in Animal Crossing. And it is some time to share with my family,
Yeah.
Good.
which was and as for things that I liked about this year, honestly not much.
Yeah.
2025 was a year,
Yeah.
maybe a year and a half. I'm not quite sure. It at one point I was like, wait, it's June. How is it June? And the other part of me is sitting there going, my God, it's only June.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
there was this
Sounds about
time
right.
dilation disconnect where I was like, I spent the entire year thinking, my God, is it ever going to end? Versus, wait, where did the year go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it hits us too more as the older we get too, Dee. We get to that point where just like we want the time to slow down, but there are moments you're like, no.
Yeah.
Could we just speed past this day or you
Yeah.
know, a week or month or whatever? But
The days were
then-
long, but the year was short.
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely. So we do need those like games like Animal Crossing, and Robert is a huge Animal Crossing fan.
Love it.
So it was he can definitely attest to that being the go-to game for, you know, rest and relaxation. I actually when it first came out, COVID had hit.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so I had my husband, because they were all out, like all the Switches were out, and I had pre-ordered, but it got mixed up, so they canceled my order. So I literally drove. Well, my husband literally drove me 3 hours to get the last one, and it had Animal Crossing with it. So I spent the whole COVID lockdown playing Animal Crossing. And it
Mhm.
was the most comforting thing that I could have
Yeah.
ever done. It was really a lifesaver. So yeah, more power to you. That's something that's awesome though, that your kids are into it and you're like, yeah, let's go ahead and play. Because that's what it's about, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
exactly.
I mean, using games as a way to bond with your family is really like something that a lot of people tend not to utilize enough. I know my family does it a lot, but that's because my family's full of gamers. But I mean, I have some of the best memories utilizing video games to bond with my family, not just with my parents. Like my mom and I, we play games like Hello Kitty Island Adventure and like Sun Haven and even Animal Crossing we've played together. Sometimes I'll force her to play like Roblox games with me and stuff.
Yes.
Or like Minecraft. But like it's not just those, it's also, you know, my parents want me to try playing Fallout, so I log on. We've tried playing, I think we tried like Valheim as well
Mhm.
together.
Yeah.
My brothers and I grew up you know, playing console video games together. We grew up with an Xbox, so we would play like Call of Duty, or we'd play like Minecraft, or like all the other stuff that was just available to us. And I have some of my fondest memories just bonding with family through video games.
Yeah.
And it can definitely really help too during stressful times.
I'd say as a complete throwback, we first started playing video games together on a Wii.
I have
Yes.
mine sitting right next to me.
Yes.
Love it.
Uh-huh.
And
Mhm.
my kids still remember playing bowling and golf and
Yes.
the workouts and
Mhm.
everything like that, because
Those are
that was
fun.
their first introduction to video games.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's a
they
good
would
entryway,
spend
too.
hours making Mii's.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
For
me
sure.
too. Me
Me too. Exactly.
I loved those as well. I did. I mean, I know for me, my first was, like Atari.
Yes. I
that
can
was
relate.
okay. If you're talking about your first game stuff, D&D.
Yeah.
That was really my
Oh,
first
wow.
game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before all the video game stuff came in, but it was like then I got into
She
the
said
Atari
D&D turned me into a nerd.
and turned me into a nerd. But that's okay because nerd used to be a bad thing when I was in high school, and now it's like everyone wants to be one, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
what?
I feel like I've noticed that a lot, especially this year is well, not just this year, but since the 2020s began, but a lot of the things that I utilized growing up as like a coping mechanism, and like sort of like my escapism and like a way to, cope with my reality and the things that I was dealing with has sort of become like the new normal. Things like anime has been like so drastically like integrated into society as like a normal piece of like normal piece of media to like really be into, and people not be as shamed for it as they used to.
Right.
It's so disorienting, but it's also like I'm glad that it's becoming something that's more accepted.
Is that something you turn to this year?
Anime
to help you get through the year?
I wouldn't say specifically anime, but definitely animation in general. I mean, if it isn't obvious, I love animation like generally, but me myself this year in 2025, it's utilizing animation is just like not just a coping mechanism, but also as a motivator this year has been something that has really pushed me out of my comfort zone and gotten me to make insane progress like with myself and with my goals and personal growth as well, way more drastically than I would have ever imagined. Like this year, if I compared myself from the beginning of this year to like where I'm at now, I have heavily my interests to thank for that. Obviously there's the role of me, myself, and my goals and my aspirations to thank, but a big part of that is also the things that I indulged in and had to endure throughout the year, and not just this year, but just generally. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you've been big on several different animations, and you've really grown into inspiring from those to create your own type art. And that to me, and just that in general, shows growth of someone. To take something you're inspired from and create your own and evolve on that and make it even better, or make your own characters or whatever it is from that increases your own creativity and your own imagination.
And not only that, but it also, from having these things that help me to being able to help other people, I think that's the thing that really motivates me and also like inspires me to keep going, is knowing that like this thing that inspired me, I get to do that now for other people. And even though I'm still sort of at like a starting point, I guess, in like the stages of that, it's been great. Like I've been making so much progress, and it's easy to sit and say like, oh, I haven't been making a lot of progress, and to devalue like the work that we put in. But when you really sit back and you look at it and you compare like what you've done, not just tangible progress that you can see, but mental progress, emotional progress, you can notice a lot. And I've definitely noticed a big change in that this year.
Right.
I'm very grateful for it.
I think so. And Dee is the one person I would absolutely, rely on for that type of topic, because that's the whole purpose of what you do, Dee, is to really enhance the mental health and, that imagination and creativity flow for life skills, utilizing games, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's something very fulfilling about being able to take your inspirations and create something new with them that inspires others. And when you go from being inspired, which is kind of a passive thing, to inspiring others and being an inspiration, you've gone from being passive to being active.
Yes.
And that's actually one of those things that we really want to do in mental health, is take someone from being a passive observer, participant, whatever in their life, to being an active player, literally an active player in their life. And we want them to do things that create action,
Yes.
you know. And so with Nova having taken that inspiration where she was being more or less passively ingesting and consuming, to producing,
Yeah.
you know, and being, and while I'm not that person who's going to sit there going, you have to be productive,
Yeah.
you know, being productive is fulfilling.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, being productive and doing something for others in that productivity creates a mental health feedback loop.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, I've done something good and I've done something good for someone else.
Yes.
Okay, suddenly I have the dopamine hit of, I've sat there and I've helped somebody.
Yeah.
You know, and there's something really just the hair on my arms is actually standing up as I talk about this.
Yeah.
There is something just so absolutely rewarding and fulfilling to go from being passive to being active.
Yes.
And
For sure.
like I said, in mental health, that's actually one of our big goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get people to actively participate and play in their life.
Yeah.
That
I know
absolutely.
I know this year for me, taking action was something that I really wanted to do. Was one of my goals, was to make that change from, you know, passive intake to taking action, taking initiative. And you know, I know I'm not the only one who's done that. I know Rexa, you've done that too. Robert, you've definitely done that. I've been seeing you making wonderful strides.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's something, you know, as creatives, you know, we end up working in a creative industry, but it's also our hobbies and the things that we go to. I mean, music is my full-time job, but thinking of, you know, you go through the basis of, you know, teaching or, you know, performing or whatever, if it's like in a work environment, but then you get to a space where you're either on a short break or on a holiday or something. It's like, oh, I haven't done anything for myself. And then you sit and you create. And I think the past few weeks I've also been I've been experimenting with AI. So it's been really cool just to look at recordings that I've done before, like years ago from my own personal recordings, and importing into AI and then translating it into English if it was an Afrikaans song, and then releasing it. So it's I mean, we also did a little anthem for Rexa also. So there's also something special. And you know,
Oh,
then
boy.
it's like a positive rabbit hole that you're going down, because eventually now I'm starting to have my little own AI a cappella group, and you know, having 5 different characters and pictures of them. So it's something exciting, and it's nice just to
I think he's creating his
do
own
something.
universe.
Yes, he's
that's
creating his
true,
own. We're not going to see him anymore in 2026. He's going to be in his own virtual world.
So that's really cool. And I think, you know, you get stuck in a place where you find maybe with work you might not be happy in all the different sections in what you do. You know, I always say that, you know, when you work, you know, 30% of that must be the stuff that you don't really enjoy, and then 70% of it must be, you know, say for instance, if you someone that enjoys teaching, but there's like admin, and you might not enjoy admin, so that must be 30%. It mustn't be 70% admin and 30% teaching. It must be the other way around. So, and then, you know, when you just break loose and you do something for yourself, or you know, and like Dee mentioned earlier, if you are busy and creating things or doing things, and it helps other people, it's almost therapy to yourself. If you're in a bad mood, just try to be nice to someone else who was in a bad mood, and you feel like, oh, I feel better myself now. So
Right.
it's really cool. But I think
Yeah.
with all of this, I'm trying to find a connection to say that I went to America. It was really cool to be there. So I visited you guys there in Florida, and it was like a trip that's been delayed for 5 years, and I think just with a bunch of geeks and nerds meeting up over the internet, and it was such a cool experience just to meet you all. So it was something really cool, and I think that also sparked a lot of things when I came back to think, I should be more creative. There's like a lot of opportunities of things that I didn't do this year, so I caught up within the last few weeks.
That
For sure.
that was that in and of itself, Robert, is a huge goal for the
Yeah.
year. To say for so long you want to go to this other country, and you're not familiar with a lot of, like whether it's a cultural transition or or anything of that sort, to actually do it and meet
Yeah.
people that you've known only online for so long, it really is a big stepping stone, and you should be proud of yourself for doing that. Because it really is. I'm gonna throw this up here, and this
Oh boy,
is
why do I look like that?
we went to a, what was it,
The car
it
show.
was
It was a
70s
vintage car show.
or a retro
Yeah.
car show, and we dressed up as much as we could, and so it
was
was
the 70s.
it was like a 70s kind of deal, and it was so fun, and we had just such a great time with it. And I was so glad that Robert had the chance to experience our end of the world in that perspective. It's just to say, dress up, we're going
That's
out.
it.
Yeah. And I'm glad too that there were
Yeah.
a lot of things here, like a lot of really cool opportunities and a lot of really inspiring things here that could help, inspire you to take action and do things and help you with your goals. It's good. It's good to help other people make progress. It feels good too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We
So
even did karaoke.
yes, and I'll tell you what, Robert's whole thing is singing, right? And he can sing.
Oh, that man's got a set of lungs on him, chat.
Wow. I was like, you know what? The next time you're here, we better make sure that we're gambling on winning a karaoke, because we could be moving up to the next level with mindful gaming.
Oh boy.
In and of itself, we're just going to use you, Robert. That's all we're going to do.
That's fine.
Oh boy.
No, was that the highlight of your year, Robert?
Definitely. I think just to travel also and meet my friends in person. Friends who became family. So it's just amazing. And I think people always refer to America saying that everything is always bigger and better. But I've so much respect for Americans now, if just to have been there and understand the whole situation. Because I mean, you would easily drive 2 to 3 hours to go and work, and I'm like thinking, like, what? 20 minutes or 30 minutes drive is like, oh, it's I have to get up early. And it's people tend to think, because a lot of the times you value family time so much. I mean, who wants to, if you're driving 3 hours to go to work and then driving 3 hours to come back from work, who still wants to go and mow the lawn or do things? I'd rather spend time with my family. So that's why I think people tend to see Americans as people who would rather pay someone else to do things, but they don't know the reason why, because you actually work very far from where you stay. So it gave me a completely different mind shift and understanding of what it is like to be in the States and to
Right.
work and have a family life. So that's off to you.
But you actually are missing one of the most wonderful parts of 2025 coming to visit America. Especially here in Florida, is that
Yeah.
you were able to be invited to Tallahassee, in Florida, and you were able
Yeah.
to speak in front of people about you coming from South Africa,
True.
and to tell the different cultures
Yeah.
and everything. Is just, it's important that we keep that cultural connection, and that everybody keeps their keeps an open mind to different
Yeah.
traditions, different religions, different
Yeah.
thoughts, different whatever it is. We are all different, and it's very
Yeah.
important that we keep that open mind to that. And I think that's a big thing for this year in general, was that you were able to experience the differences. And I wish a lot of other people were able to experience differences in their lives, because they might appreciate more of differences when they do come across those
True.
things, and not
That's
be
so
so
true.
judgmental.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's very important that we have that. I think it's great, and I think more people should travel like you have this year. It was great to have you. Great to have you.
Oh.
Hopefully we can have you back
I
here
miss you
sometime.
all. Hey.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, we lost Dee. She'll be back. She'll be back. Sometimes we have technical difficulties, but that's okay.
It's okay, I'll
There
work my
we
magic
go. She's
powers.
back.
See,
I don't know what happened. It just
That's okay.
kicked me off.
I
and
casted
was like,
vanish
"Wow."
on you when you vanished.
Okay, so what did I miss?
She countered that vanish spell.
She did
A
successfully.
fireball or something.
So I want to kind of talk about a little bit what was good for me, I guess, for the the good and bad, I guess, for 2025. I'm with Dee. It went by very fast, yet I felt like it was very slow.
Yeah.
It was in that mind. I was in that mindset. So last year, it was hard for me because I lost both of my parents within a month. So it was very hard, but it doesn't really catch up to you right when that happens, right?
Of course
It sometimes it takes a little while when you lose someone or you're grieving or anything like that. And I think this year it just caught up with me. And it was, one of those things where the holidays came and I was just like, wow, I can't call my parents, or, when was I don't even have a picture from the last holiday and all those feelings start flooding in. So now I'm feeling, like, oh, the year went by so fast. My kids are getting older. I'm empty nesting, and I'm moving twice within 2 months, and I've lost my parents. And so all these feelings are just so 2025 to me felt like I got hit with a tornado.
Sure.
And it was difficult, and I cried a lot, and I screamed a lot, and I, tried. I think my ADHD came out several times. And I was like, I want to do this. No, I'm changing my mind. I want to do this. No, I'm changing my mind. And, so it was like a roller coaster for me. And I think that, if you're going through the same thing with 2025, during 2025, you're not alone. I think a lot of people kind of felt a little bit of a up and down. And it hit me really hard. That's why I was glad that, I was able to see Robert this year, because it kind of, when you see someone in person that you have never met for the first time and you've known them for years, it is a totally different connection. You know what I mean? Like for instance, like when Robert got in the car, his first thing was he was staring at me, and I was like, dude, are you okay? Like,
he was
this is freaky. And he was like, no, I'm just like, I'm trying to.
He's like, I'm here.
Like, I can't
just take it in.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where the change in something, and that's kind of that feeling, Robert, of you being like, oh my God, I'm here. I can't believe this, is the same feeling I have been getting this year when I've lost my parents. oh my
Yeah.
God, I can't believe it. Is this really happening? You know, those type of things. So I
Mm-mm.
turned to a lot of games this year. And, you know, it turned to a lot of different tabletop games. And it was, you know, and I turned to video games. I turned to a lot of entertainment. And a lot of people will say, when I was younger, a lot of times I would get that remark of, get off those games. You're not going to
Mm.
amount to anything. Stop it. You're going to hurt your eyes staring at that for too long. Can you take a break?
You're
Whatever
gonna
it
rot
is.
your brain.
Yeah, you're going to rot your
Yeah.
brain, whatever it is. But it was that entertainment that kept me grounded this year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was that whole aspect of, I just want to get away right now, because if I don't, that silence of my anxiety is going to really capture my mind, and I'm not going to be in a very good state.
Right.
And so I have to have that distraction, if you may. And that's where that came in. So life for me, I felt this year was not real.
Mm.
I felt
Mm.
like it was,
Ooh, girl,
I
I
was
know
just
that feeling.
floating through. And then the games and the entertainment was what I wanted to be real, if that
Mhm.
makes
Sure.
sense. And
Right.
now I didn't indulge it to the fact where I couldn't, you know, escape it, and I started calling other people names by characters. It wasn't one of those those type things. I could get away from it, you know, and I knew
Mm.
fantasy from reality,
Yeah.
but it was still one of those things with, I would much rather be in fantasy right now.
Mm.
True.
And you know, and I know that happens to a lot of people, but I think that
Mm.
happened more this year to me than ever in any other year.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so I indulged in those activities. And then I went and I bought when my father had passed away, I had inherited some money. And the first thing I wanted to make sure I did the grown up thing, and you know, paid up my bills and pay, you know, all that other stuff with what I got, and I did. But then my husband said to me, do something for you. Your father would want you to have you do something for you, not just be the adult, right? Because adulting sucks
Mhm.
sometimes. Right? But so I did. And I went and I did something that I had never thought I would ever do. And I went and I had my car wrapped in my favorite video game of Fallout. And let me tell you, this has been the most wonderful experience I have ever done. I'm going to cry. Okay. And I'll tell you why this was the most wonderful experience. I have met so many people in the same community because of this car. People have come up to me and talked to me. People have related to me. Oh my God, I've loved this game since 96. I grew up on this game. I love watching the show. Anything relatable. And do you know how much that made me feel important and not want to be in fantasy, but actually want to be here because people liked what I liked. And it really makes a big difference when people talk to you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because you don't feel so alone. And it really was a great thing that I did. And so many people who have come up and visited my website or come up to comment on the car. And so one of the stories I want to share with you is we're moving into a new house next week. And I went over to the house to do the walkthrough. And a gentleman came out, one of my neighbors, new neighbors that is going to be my neighbor. He came out and I was in the car and we were going to drive off. And he chased us down. He literally was almost chasing us down the road. And then he asked me, he said, is this, you know, are you moving in next door? And did you buy the house? And we said, yes. And he said, oh my gosh, are you Fallout fan? Obviously you guys are Fallout fans. What do you do? And I told him, and he said, I told my wife, if those people move next door, this is going to be the best year ever. And I finally found good friends.
Oh.
Aw. Finding community through a
Yeah.
mutual interest, something especially that you use to cope, can be something that's so rewarding and something that's so
Mm.
like it's hard to compare to like anything else because I completely understand the feeling. I too obviously indulged in a lot of fiction when I was going through a lot of struggles of my own. Obviously we have different struggles, but and finding community through those interests helped kind of make me want to be connected to reality, wanted me to it made me want to go out and meet more people and connect with other people. It feels so good. It genuinely really does.
Well, one thing we forget is that connections and community can be healing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
One thing
Yes.
that we forget about is the fundamental healing quality of making a connection with somebody new.
Yeah.
There is
I-
just something that's a balm to the soul when somebody goes, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
I think that with a lot of people that I've met my age, and I'm obviously I'm Gen X, and so a lot of people my age, Gen X unite, right? But a lot of people in my age, especially women my age, they don't understand the concept of this. Whether it's tabletop gaming or online gaming or the community connection, they don't understand it, and that's where it's always been hard for me to find other that other connection around my age. Like Dee and I hit it off right away. Like when we first met, it was just like, oh my gosh, you play D&D, me too. Oh, how old are you? Oh, I am too. Oh, so it's like
That's-
it exactly what Dee said. You find that connection and you feel so much better that you're not alone. So absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
I think
important to
that's
feel
what
seen.
it's. Yes, it's and I think with cultures and traditions, it's somehow has a way to make you feel that you belong. Either it's through a language. I mean, if I go abroad and I hear someone speak Afrikaans, all of a sudden there's like this trust. There's this trust, whether it's through a language or through the music we listen to, or even food. Like I was thinking when I was in America, you really love like Mexican food, and I see tamales, and now all of a sudden now I hear it on television. It's like you hear, and there must be something really cool. Like say for instance, if someone made dinner and you invited someone, and then it's like, oh, my mother used to cook or make tamales, and they would eat that, or it's like there's something that feels like home, or it feels that you connect to someone, and then all of a sudden there's just that trust, or that feeling that you can just be yourself, or kick your shoes off and just relax, and you in a safe space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food is very important. I think food and music is like is a global language, right?
For
It
sure.
really is.
They're universal languages. They really are.
Yeah.
That and to some degree physical affection.
Yeah.
I think,
Mhm.
because
Right.
Robert can correct me if I'm wrong, but a hug is a hug.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I can understand that as well.
yeah, I mean there are cultures that
Gentleness.
don't place as much value on physical affection,
Mm-hmm.
but if you embrace somebody
Mhm.
to comfort them, there is a point where you don't need language.
Yeah.
You don't need the same language. It's
Mhm.
just literally, I am here to comfort you.
Mhm.
But food is definitely one that that brings us. I am still kicking myself that I didn't get to meet Robert in person.
Oh, it's okay. Next time.
You
Next
will.
time.
You will.
Definitely.
time.
Definitely
But,
soon.
Because I'm gonna bring along a pot of jambalaya,
Oh.
and we will feast on jambalaya.
Oh my god. Someone make me hungry.
And there's no
So who wants to bring me gifts, like food gifts, whenever I come around?
Okay, get moved into your house, and we'll do a housewarming.
And we'll do a housewarming.
That's it.
Yes, when Robert, you're gonna have to
I'll have
come
to come
back.
again.
Yeah,
That's
have to come again. We'll definitely do
And we'll
that.
do a housewarming, and I'll bring
Yes.
I'll bring food, and we'll sit
And
around
games.
and game.
Food and games.
Awesome.
That's all we
Yes.
need, right?
Yeah,
All we need. Absolutely. I think,
I mean,
food
I
is
guess it. Oh, sorry.
no, that's okay. I was going to say food is really important because in my
Mhm.
culture in the Philippines, our biggest show, because we're very touchy feely people, like we hug all the time, or
Oh,
we're
yeah.
always
We're very
rubbing someone's shoulder, or because that is like,
hospitable.
yeah, that to us, that's how we show we care.
Right.
It's really, it is that like when we meet someone, we don't shake their hand, we want to hug, like,
Yeah.
oh, hi, nice to meet you. That's
Right.
kind of how we are. And I mean, I know some people don't really, I know, especially with like my oldest son who is on the spectrum, he doesn't want to be
Mhm.
touched that much, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
I can
But
vouch for that.
Totally, that's totally different than a cultural
Yeah.
aspect of what we
Right.
actually do. But yeah, physical, D, you hit the nail on the head with that. That's fairly important. And food. One of the biggest things for Filipinos is food. Like if you're sick, if you're happy, if you're celebrating, if you're whatever, we bring food. Food is like everything. So yeah,
I think
And I-
too,
I'm-
like all of it ties into that feeling of like connection with other people. And that's why we have traditions like during Thanksgiving or Christmas or birthday parties or even housewarming parties where
Mhm.
people come together and they just want to be around each other to connect, to deepen that bond with each other by
Right.
being around each other, by bringing each other food, by being there for them, showing them that they're by their side in
Right.
what's the word? Nurturing that connection.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
What I also experienced when I visited is that the Americans tend to have a flavor or a smell for each holiday. So that was something that was quite
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
Like when I made that peppermint crisp tart, you said, "Oh, it tastes like Christmas because it was minty." And I
Oh,
was thinking
yeah.
like, "Oh, that's actually quite cool." Yeah, and then obviously if you think Halloween
I
would be
missed
more
that
like
this
pumpkin
holiday.
spice or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's quite nice to associate a flavor with holiday. So that it kind of also I think also with Thanksgiving, if it's like turkey, I don't know what do you have with turkey? Is it a cranberry or something like what is it? Cranberry?
Cranberries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Uh-huh.
could also be something.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to think of all those type of flavors.
Right.
Right.
We have like a few like things that we also use. Like I think just in general, South Africans enjoy desserts. So we do things what they like desserts like malva pudding. It's almost like a hot cakey type of dessert, and then they put custard over it.
Mhm.
And then we've got one thing I've got a little video clip that we can show. It's called milk tart, or in Afrikaans they call it melk tart. Yeah.
Melk
So it has
tart.
like a
Let's watch that.
milk. Yeah, milk is milk and tart is tart. So
Well, cat.
yeah, let's have a look at it.
I already want it.
Mm.
Resting on it reminds me of a tiramisu.
Yeah.
So if I can explain what the flavor is, so obviously it's like it's a milky and a sweet type of tart, and then it has the cinnamon on top. So it's almost like you would say, see, now I have to think also because our pancake and your pancake is different. Because usually, our pancakes are like crepes, and then you would have sugar and cinnamon, and then you roll it into like a thing, and that's
okay.
almost like the flavor of it. Yeah, so it would be like a crepe because of the cinnamon. So that's kind of the taste. But I'm going to send you the recipe if you want to try it out
please
and
do.
make it at home. It's
Oh,
it's simple
looks
and
so
easy to
good.
make. Yeah, and
The only
and you
thing
don't
with
have
that
to. Mm.
is that she was or the person making it was so
Yeah.
neat. Like
You know my weakness, Tell, because I used to make her sit down and watch baking videos with me, ASMR baking videos during, I think it was like
Oh wow.
either before or during lockdown, and we would sit there for
Yeah.
like hours, and I would just be like, "No, stay and watch this."
Like, I'm so sloppy.
cake.
Like, how neat of those eggs and like stirring, and I'm just like, I'd be like,
Baking can be a universal.
I think they
love
definitely
language.
edited.
Oh yeah,
They definitely edited that, so it's like,
Oh, yeah.
that was not a 40-second.
Separating eggs does not look
experience.
like that.
Right.
Yeah.
right, exactly. D. I'm like, man, that makes me a little bit intimidated to make that. I was
Even
like,
if you have one of those little egg separator things, it does not look like that. Not in my
Yeah.
house. Not in my house.
yep,
So-
yeah.
So I would say like milk tarts, you can actually make it with, it's like any occasion type of dessert. So even if you have friends coming over and you just like you beat up a little bit of dough and things, whatever, you make a milk tart, or if you go to visit someone, you bring it as a present or something. It's like one of those type of things that
You keep in the
accepted.
refrigerator?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because it looked
So it
like,
is-
because it kind of looks like pudding to me.
yeah. It looks like
It
flan.
does firm up. It does
It-
firm up.
it-
You know, if you
it's
you
very-
actually. Mm.
Go ahead, Robert.
Sorry, even if you get like the ones that you buy in the store, you can actually, what is nice, if it comes out of the oven,
Mhm.
you can you can have it warm as well. So that's also something nice. So not everyone would have it warm, but sometimes I would, like, depending, then I'll put it in the microwave, and it's like, oh, it's nice just to have like this dessert.
Comfort food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For
comfort
sure.
Like
food. That would be me.
Like it reminds me of a custard pie, but
Yeah.
like that
I
my
think it
grandmother
is.
would make.
Yes, yes, that's, yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that. That's what I was looking. I
Yeah.
was like,
I think
Oh,
that
it's
is
like-
also the flavor. Yeah. I'm trying to
Mm.
think. Do you guys do like custard slices? Do they, the almost like a pastry type of thing, where it's almost like a phyllo pastry, and then there's the custard, and then phyllo pastry custard, and then there's like the white icing sugar or something that they put on top, but it's like
Oh,
water.
We call them Napoleons.
okay, yes, okay, yeah.
So that's very similar. Yeah.
We
So I
call
think
them
it does have it-
Napoleons. I love
Yeah.
those.
They are very good. They are
I
very
will.
good.
I will eat an entire pan of Napoleon.
Ooh,
Sound like me with tiramisu.
Oh
So
man.
the milk
Yeah.
tart is very similar to that, but it's less custardy and more vanilla,
Okay.
if that makes sense. But
okay.
the same
We're
texture.
ending the
yeah.
show early because I'm hungry. No,
Tell you're gonna make this the next time you come, right?
I'm
I'll
going to
definitely-
FK now. No,
Definitely.
no, it just, like, it looked so good. It was that,
This
again,
is our connection.
Yeah.
Food.
that's connection.
Food.
Same.
Food.
Food is our connection. If anybody in
Food and
chat wants
game.
to send us like gift certificates for food, that's
That's it.
we're good for that.
As long as
But
it's
it-
not a gift certificate for a Turbo Man doll.
That would, yeah, a Turbo Man doll, which is exactly what Nova has been
What's
fixated
been going on
on.
about?
This,
In terms of
this-
connection, you
yeah.
guys want to know about connection. My family has had a tradition as far back as I can remember. During this time of year, we will watch a movie together that our family religiously quotes throughout the year, mind you, not just during wintertime. It's this movie called Jingle All the Way, featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger, where this dad goes on a hunt to buy his son a gift that he was supposed to buy like a while back. It's the most popular gift, and he's trying to get his hands on it. And the amount of times my family has bonded over this specific movie by quoting lines, by referencing it all the time, it is incomparable. And I think it's just ingrained into me at this point, but it's a tradition that helps my family stay connected.
Every holiday season, there's one toy everyone has to have.
I want the Turbo Man action figure with the arms and legs that move, and the rocket launcher jetpack, and the boomerang shooter.
Getting it is every child's dream.
Whoever doesn't can be a real loser.
Finding it
You got the doll, right?
is this father's nightmare.
I'll get that toy. I promise.
Whoa! Nothing like waiting until the last minute, Howard, sir.
Especially on Christmas Eve.
Turbo Man, you're mine! They're all gone.
These two are looking for a Turbo Man.
Where's your Christmas spirit?
The last one just left. Now, it's two fathers,
This is war.
one mission,
Oh, poor baby.
and every man for himself.
I'm thinking maybe, we could join up as a team. Like Starsky and Hutch. We're late delivery of Turbo Man at Toy Works. Let's go. Is there a problem, officer?
You can never do too much to make a child's Christmas magical.
Hey, buddy.
From the director of Mrs. Doubtfire,
You want a Turbo Man for Christmas?
Forget it. I'm not gonna sit in your lap.
Tony, show him.
That was taken this morning.
and from the director of The Flintstones.
Don't open that up. No. Of course, there's some assembly
You know
required.
what you guys are? Nothing but a bunch of sleazy con men in red suits.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sinbad,
I work for the post office, and I'm unstable. Tell him.
This man is totally insane.
Thank you.
Christmas comes but once a year.
Jingle All the Way.
You picked the wrong day.
That
So cute.
him chasing the lady in the car with the Turbo Man doll in the back was
Yeah.
our soon-to-be neighbor chasing you in the Fallout car.
We probably have to say like no animals were hurt during the filming of that.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's a great. I think that is the movie that really gets us into the spirit when we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
When we know it's the holidays and everything. It's just one of those family traditions that we do, and we sit down together. Just to watch with our hot chocolate and and yes, we can quote every single
We can go line
from
for
the movie, but
Like a millennial with the
Yeah.
Grinch.
yeah, but it's still one of those things that, so if you have a special show or a movie that you watch with your loved one,
Or any tradition, really.
it doesn't matter how often
Mhm.
you watch it, or even a game. If you sit down and play a game, it's make it a tradition. If it's not, make it one.
Yep.
You can definitely start creating your own traditions. Like certain games will be game night. Like for us, I love playing bingo, and so it's like hey, we're gonna bring the little bingo wheel out.
We're not bringing the bingo wheel out.
Everybody's like, "Ugh."
Oh boy. Here she goes again.
But it's a tradition. It's one of those things, that you do. So definitely create your own traditions this year.
Find ways to connect with the people
To
that you
connect,
love.
exactly. So before we leave, let's I want each one of you to give an advice for 2026 on how to better a connection, whatever it is, to kind of help you get out of that little stump, or even if it's like a creative bump that you can't continue to be creative. What is something that you would give somebody on our audience for 2026, and who would like to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
I think in general, like sometimes when you either driving or you're busy shopping or something, and you think of someone specific, send them a message, send them a voice note or something. Just say, hey, even if it feels like really awkward or something, it's like, I actually just thought about you today. And I think just to spread a bit of kindness, and it's almost like that paying that forward. And sometimes, it's we're so connected, and sometimes a person can't explain it, but someone might be going through something really difficult, and just that note or that message that you send to say, like, I'm thinking about you, I hope you're doing well. Maybe chat soon, or say maybe we should catch up for coffee or something. I think that's going to be my goal also for the new year, just to kind of pay it forward.
For sure. I guess I'll share
okay,
my
Noble.
input. I know a lot of people in my generation really struggle with this right now. There's a lot of people out there who, post lockdown, my age and younger especially, have a very hard time with making friends. And as somebody who grew up, chronically lonely, because I also had a very hard time making friends, something I really learned when trying to connect with other people, and also form connections with other people, is that it may be really exhausting, but if you want to connect with other people, you have to meet them halfway. And you have to put in the effort that you want to see be put into the connection as well. And I feel like the past few months, doing just that, not that I hadn't been doing it before, but I feel like I've been met with the energy that I've been wanting to receive in turn, now that I've slowly started sifting out, energy that I wasn't wanting to deal with anymore in connections. And now I'm welcoming in people who do want to give mutual energy into connections, and I will put in the same amount of effort and the same amount of energy into those connections as they will. But it's going to be exhausting at first, Building a connection is not something that happens overnight. It takes time. And I'm still working on that, but I am happy to say that in the past few months, I have slowly started forming connections with other people in person too. And I'm very proud of myself for that, because it's a difficult feat.
Yeah.
I would say that my advice is, if you want to make connections and make community, is share. Share your interests, share your loves, share your passions. And you're gonna find your people, you're gonna find your tribe if you share those passions. Yeah, you're gonna find people who are like, well, that's a little weird, but you're also gonna find that person who goes, that's cool.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna have the best neighbors ever now.
That's right.
Sort of thing. So get out there and share. We have a tendency to be very closed in, just as humans, I think. And I think the more we share about ourselves within reason, you don't go sharing your private stuff all over the internet,
or your social security number.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think sharing is a main way to make connections.
Yes.
And
sure.
that's something I'm going to work on this year, is sharing myself with others.
Me too.
Oh yeah. I too think that's something that I'm doing a lot more in 2026, entering the new year, is sharing a lot more of myself and being open to being open.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, and my advice for everybody else, because this is something I need to work on. I've had very little energy lately. I'm taking vitamins, all that other stuff, but it's still a little bit draining. The energy that I have is really trying, and I think it's mostly me trying to find myself in order to find my people, right? And so this year for 2026, I think everyone should make an effort to find a club or a community or a project or an activity. Like, I know Dee holds some amazing workshops. So, a workshop, whatever it is, and just go. Even though I know some of us are behind closed doors, we think to ourselves, I don't want to go unless someone else goes. I don't know anybody. I won't, you know what I mean? Do it.
Yeah.
Just get up and say, you know what? I don't even have to talk to anybody if I don't want to. But, I can say hi, I can whatever. Just go. Just go. You can, if you feel uncomfortable, nobody's stopping you from getting up and leaving, right?
Yep.
You are not committed to do that, but try it. So get up, go to a workshop, go to a seminar, go to a club, go to a community meeting, whatever it is that you have been wanting to do. And you don't have to do it with your friend or anything like that, because you may find a friend.
What
if
you put in
go.
is what you will get out.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sure.
That is exactly what I'm going to work on more. I'm going to start going to some of Dee's workshops more. I'm going to start, when I see Robert again, when he comes to visit again, we're going to do some more karaoke and go out and do that. Nova and I are going to start doing more cosplay and photo shoots out. I don't care if people look at us when we're dressed up.
People look at me when I'm dressed up anyway, so no complaints.
There we go. So
hey, even
go out
even
and do it.
in a club in 2026 as a form of connecting with other people. So for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And
Take the chance.
I don't know. I always feel much better after I talk to all of you. I think it is my connection to the people that matter most in my life, and that my community, my people, right here on Mindful Gaming. So thank you everybody for joining us. And if you want to, be sure to head on over to our Discord. You can get that from our website as well. And then you can rewatch this. If you didn't get to watch the whole thing, rewatch it from our YouTube. In the meantime,
And
we will
play
see
all
you
your
next
favorite clips of me.
time. That is our clue.